EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for May 16th, 2022. It is Monday, back to work, and Monday's video forecast is proudly sponsored by Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Kinsley's is the world's largest ShopRite, and the ShopRite logo means they're all about food, they're all about savings, and they're all about you. They handle 16 local wineries, have a great beer selection, and their own in-house smoked meats department. What do beautiful hanging plants and great smoked meats have in common? A great backyard barbecue. Stop by Kinsley's ShopRite and stock up on your favorites for Memorial Day, graduations, and of course, those great backyard barbecues. They will also deliver 7 days a week the freshest produce, seafood, and meats. They are Kinsley's ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast. So today, we have severe weather. Pretty good likelihood of severe weather across the region today. And this is all in association with this area low pressure moving off to the north. It's going to move across New York State in this direction like this. It's going to have a cold front with it, and that cold front is going to move eastward. Now, this is going to look like a hot mess on the European model, which I'm showing you first. It's going to look like a big mess of precipitation. This is just a singular line, most likely, that's going to move across the state from west to east. But since the European model is doing a previous 6 hours of total precipitation, it's going to look like a big blob here, and that is not exactly how this is going to work out. Not at all. So we will have these storms moving through during the course of the afternoon and early evening, and this should be ending by early evening and exiting the coast at that point. Here is the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. If I can get to it, hold on a second. Where is it? There it is. Storm Prediction Center outlook for today for severe weather. This was actually issued yesterday. They may have an update to this again today, and they have this orange area in the middle, which is an enhanced risk for severe weather. So this is a level 3 out of 5 on the 1 to 5 scale. The yellow is a slight risk, and it starts off in the western portions of a coverage area in a slight risk, and the reason it's doing that, it's just when the storms are getting organized. Once they get east of the Appalachians, however, then you get into the enhanced risk, and the reason it doesn't go all the way to the coast, at least at this update, and it may extend this a little bit further east with time, the reason they didn't extend this here is because they are expecting it to wind down a little bit, maybe run into a sea breeze front, which would kind of knock down the storms a little bit. That's not a guarantee, though. So these could continue all the way to the coast and still be producing severe wind gusts here to the coast. And that is the primary severe mode threat today. We're looking at straight line wind damage as the primary severe mode. There is an outside chance for a tornado, but I wouldn't bank on that. If it were to happen, it's going to be embedded in a line of storms moving eastward as we go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar. This is going to be a singular line moving through. So you can have what's called a quasi-linear convective system. It's a QLCS embedded along that line. You could have a spin up along that line as it's moving eastward. I think that's what you're generally dealing with, or maybe any discrete activity, individual cells that move ahead of the line. That is possible too. But I think your primary mode here today by far is severe wind gust, and we're talking 55 to 65 miles per hour, maybe even higher than that in some isolated cases. So that does have a very high wind potential today with these storms, and there also will be frequent lightning. There could be some hail that is also in the severe category, up to an inch in diameter. We're going to have the severe parameter chart down in the forum this morning, and then once I have that done and all the alerts sent, I might put it on social media on my Twitter account today, just so you can see the timing of this. But this is starting off here at 10 a.m. You can see a line of storms in western Pennsylvania, just kind of not really too organized yet until it gets east of the Appalachians. And again, that's why the slight risk is only in place for those far western areas, because it really doesn't get going until he gets over to the eastern part of the state. And you get some discrete stuff that may move out ahead of this. That any of these discrete cells, these could turn into, go into supercellular mode and give you a spin up with that too. Some large hail also possible, but it's really a line that's going to get going here as it moves across the state, and it's going to get better organized once it gets east of the Appalachians, we think. And you can see that here. He's looking at mid-afternoon at 3 o'clock, and from this point, it just gets a congeals into a line going all the way down into Virginia, all the way up in New York State. So you have a defined line here, and it's going to keep getting more and more organized as it moves to the eastern part of the state. So this is looking at 5 p.m. There's a difference in timing between the NAM and the high-resolution rapid refresh, which I will also show you. But this is a little bit consistently showing mid to late afternoon for the strongest severe storms going over to the Delaware River. And then as it marches all the way to the state, across the state here, across the river, and does weaken a little bit before it hits the shore points here on the NAM. But still, I wouldn't bank on that. I would still expect that there's going to be some severe reports down to the shore as well. So you're not out of the woods there. One good thing about the shore points this week, you're not dealing with an onshore wind. That pesky onshore wind last week, they gave you all those clouds and temperatures in the 50s and low 60s. Not this week, okay? It's going to be very warm compared to last week, certainly. So this line of storms is going to be quick in and out. It's a 45 to 60 minute duration at any one given location. It's in and out. The beginning of the storm will have the gustiest winds with the gust front most likely, and the downdrafts associated with the forward flank downdraft with the front of the storm. That's going to have the strongest winds with that. So generally the first 15 minutes or so of the storm. And then it moves through quick in and out, and that's it. Here's the high resolution rapid refresh. Again, this is a little earlier. This is 1 p.m. It already has a pretty good organized line here in central Pennsylvania. So this is going to be one of those things we'll have to watch the radar and see what this does, because once it gets to the eastern part of the state, it really blows up, and it actually starts to do this bowing echo here. This bowing line here would indicate that toward the centermost point of this line here somewhere, there would be some very strong winds, and they could be talking about greater than 65 miles per hour. Hopefully we're not dealing with that, but there is that potential with the parameters in place today, and this marches all the way to the eastern part of the state. Still got some good storms going all over the shore here on the HRR, though, so we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Don't know if I'll be able to do a live stream. I'm leaning against it. A lot of people would ask me that. I usually try to do live streams during severe weather events, but we have one guy out today. Another guy. We're be dealing with clients today. So my first and foremost, my obligation is to the private clients. So I have to get that information to them, and I'm talking about major corporations that we deal with as the business side of things, and I'll be doing a lot with that. So I don't know if I'll have time to do a live stream. I can't exactly answer the phone and go on a conference call or go on a Zoom call when I'm in the middle of a live stream. So we'll see. I will post on Twitter as often as I can if I cannot do that, okay? So there won't be, not sure if I'll be able to do the live stream or not, however. Once this moves through, could be a little bit of trailing stuff, showers behind that, but it looks like it's mostly in and out deal, 45 minutes to 60 minutes duration with those storms moving through. And then after that, we're mostly sunny here on Tuesday. Temperatures are going to drop down to refreshing levels. Will be in the 70 to 74 degree range, as you can see above me. Mostly sunny skies and breezy conditions. We'll have wind gusts generally 15 to 25 miles per hour throughout the day on Tuesday. That's going to be cold air and advection related, but it's not cold air. It's just colder than the hot and humid we've been dealing with. So that's going to bring in that refreshing temperatures in the lower 70s that we're going to be dealing with on Tuesday. And then pretty much same temperatures on Wednesday as well. Might be a degree or two less than what you see on Tuesday for high. So like 68 to 72 maybe for a spread. But we're also looking at partly cloudy skies here Wednesday. Then we have a warm front that's going to move through the region. It looks like on Thursday there could be a spotty shower with that as this warm front moves through, and especially overnight, Thursday night. And then as that warm front lifts off the north, clouds give way to sun here on Friday, and temperatures are going to skyrocket. So at this point, warm front is going to be well up to the north here, so we are going to be in this warm sector right here. Very warm sector. Big high pressure off the southeast. This is a Bermuda high, and it's a heat pump high. That means we're going to get a taste of summer both Friday and Saturday. Saturday, some areas might make a run at 90 degrees. That is not out of the question, especially in our southeastern areas. But well into the 80s elsewhere, mid to upper 80s certainly here on Saturday. Saturday, the saving grace here for that day will be late in the day. We'll have another cold front moving at us. Depending on timing of this, there could be some severe weather involved with this as well. But this will be very late in the day Saturday. This is not going to kill your Saturday. Your weekend is going to be just fine. So it's going to be very, very warm or hot and humid on Saturday with the late day thunderstorms coming in. And then a little bit more refreshing on Sunday with temperatures back in the middle 70s or thereabout, and back to partly cloudy skies. So it's going to be another nice weekend. This weekend, people complained about this past weekend being so crappy. It really wasn't that bad. If you thought this past weekend was crappy, I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't bright sunny like it was earlier in the week, and we didn't expect that. But we were looking at, we had most of the day Saturday was dry, and then you had late in the day you had some showers rotate through. Sunday was spectacular across most of the area. You had some late day thunderstorms just like we expected. You're going to have that in these warmer months. It's hard to get a long stretch of nice weather like we had earlier in the week, and it just happened to coincide with the weekend. But I personally didn't think it was that bad here in the Lehigh Valley, anywhere where I'm at. But some places had it worse than others, especially our southeastern areas on Saturday. But we expected that. Okay, we told you that. So seemed to be some confusion. I read a couple comments on our Facebook page, and they were like, "Oh, that was a crappy week." It wasn't. It's relative. Depends where you're at. Not everywhere was. Most of our area isn't. We don't just cover one particular area in our backyard. Okay, we cover 4 states here. So just keep that in mind. Okay, but be careful with the storms today, and I'll get the timing out for that. I had the timing in the video here, but if you didn't follow along with that, I will have that out with the proprietary severe weather chart that we do. It'll have timing by area today, so you can plan ahead for that. But keep an eye to the sky today. It's going to be some pretty wicked storms moving through, it looks like, as we get through the afternoon and early evening hours. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchis. That is your outlook for May 16th, 2022. Have a great Monday.